A very pleasant afternoon to you. I'm Chevauni Blair and this is Bcat News. The news in detail right after this. And now the news in detail. The Meteorological Service says some parts of the island will continue to get rains associated with the outer band of Hurricane Otto until today. The hurricane, now at a Category 2, is moving towards Costa Rica. It's the first hurricane for Costa Rica in 165 years. According to the Met Service, satellite imagery and radar observations indicated that cloudy conditions along with light to moderate showers have been affecting sections of eastern and central parishes since yesterday morning. It's forecasting cloudy conditions with pairs of showers, which could be heavy at times. It began affecting sections of eastern and central parishes yesterday. It will decrease in intensity today. National Works Agency (NWA) teams are again on alert as heavy rain continues to affect roads in eastern parishes. Roads in East and West rural St. Andrew, which were blocked yesterday, have been reopened. However, NWA Communication Manager Stephen Shaw said the agency is currently addressing a landslide in Temple Hall in the parish. In St. Mary's, section of the road near the Westmoreland Bridge is collapsing, and in Portland, Buff Bay Valley and several other areas are susceptible to falling tree, landslides and flooding. Mr. Shaw disclosed that some roads in St. Thomas are being closely monitored since the Yalas River, Negro River, and White River are in spate. Almost 20 families in Orange Tree have been marooned because of the flooding of the Yalas River. Some vendors who live in the community say business was affected as they were unable to go to the market. Shaw said Hagley Gap is being widely watched as the Negro River ford in the area has been damaged and water levels are high, preventing the agency from carrying out work. It was reported yesterday that persons were stranded in the community. In the neighboring community of Grass Peace, residents were also marooned due to the flooding of White and Negro rivers. Meanwhile, the Office of Utilities Regulation (OUR) is reviewing an application from the Jamaica Public Service Company (JPS) seeking an increase in electricity rates to recover costs it has to write off for certain assets. The application was sent to the OUR months ago. Members of the public who wish to comment on the matter should do so before December 3. The JPS says it wants an increase of roughly 1% to help it recover more than $30 million next year. The utility company estimates it will have to write off its assets by that amount this year. The JPS also estimates that a further $8 million of its assets will be written off in the next 2 years, and if the OUR looks favorably on its request, the costs will be passed on to consumers as well in years to come. The JPS is allowed to apply for rates increases ahead of the normal 5-year period under special circumstances. Last year, the OUR denied the JPS a rate increase and instead cut electricity rates by an average 2%. The Electoral Office of Jamaica (EOJ) says the staff and polling station material are in place for Election Day workers and members of the police and military forces to cast their votes today. Preparations have been made to accommodate voting for 38,877 special services electors ahead of the November 28 local government elections. The group is made up of 10,196 police officers, 2,373 soldiers, and 26,808 election day workers. Under the Representation of the People Act, provisions are made for these electors to vote 3 days before the rest of the population to ensure that they are available for duty on election day. Election day workers, military and police personnel who do not vote today will not be able to do so on Monday. This is because their names have been extracted from the voters list to accommodate voting today and therefore will not be on the civilian list used on November 28. The accused, the killer of Jamaica College student Nicholas Francis, was remanded in custody when he appeared before the St. Andrew Parish Court on November 23. He is Kwesi Hart. When the matter was called up, the prosecution informed the court that a post-mortem report was still outstanding. The matter will next be heard January 13 next year. The JC student was traveling on a coaster bus when a man attempted to rob him of his cell phone. He was stabbed and later died from his injury. That's Bcat News. I'm Chevauni Blair. Do stay with us right here on Bcat Radio. Good afternoon.